Hello, Hua Chok students. Welcome to your full home-based learning. So I hope you have been enjoying yourself so far. I'm Mr. Kelvin Tan. So this video is a video guide on how to address essay question 3, which is found in tutorial 4.3, which is page 79 of your lecture notes. So you may want to turn to it. Question 3, right, in that tutorial is based on the 2010 A levels. Okay, it's about retailers in Singapore. So you can see that this question is about oligopoly and monopolistic comp. That's for part A, explain the key differences. And part B is about applying this oligopoly and monopolistic comp into retailers in Singapore and discuss which of these two best explain their market behavior. Now, for part A, right, we recommend students to explain horizontally instead of vertically. What I mean is that you should not write in terms of one big chunk on oligopoly followed by another chunk on monopolistic comp. You should compare them together. So you will say that, okay, oligopoly has a few large firms while monopolistic comp has many small firms. Oligopoly have high barriers to entry while monopolistic competition have zero barriers to entry. This is what we mean by comparing horizontally. So to plan it, you need about 3 points of comparison. So my recommendation is the 3 bullet points. The first 3 bullet points. Okay, you compare in terms like what I said: high versus low barriers to entry, few large firms in oligopoly versus many small firms in monopolistic competition. We recommend students to choose the third point because this one you can easily show economic debt by using diagrams. So you want to say that oligopolistic firm can earn supernormal profits in the long run, while monopolistic comp can only earn normal profits in the long run. So you can use your typical firm diagram. The fourth bullet point, I don't think is a wise choice because it's harder to contrast because yes, monopolistic competitive firms only sell differentiated products, but oligopolistic firm can sell homogeneous and differentiated. So the key difference, I feel, is not clearly brought about by bullet point 4. So you only need about 3 points. So my recommendation is the first 3 points of difference. And remember, give good examples of oligopoly firms and monopolistic competitive firms. This one you can refer to the answer for details. Okay, so that's for part A. For part B, this question, right, I've highlighted the word market behavior. So this question is strictly about market behavior or conduct. So in your notes, right, we write that as decision and strategy. So this is about basically the pricing strategies as well as the non-price strategy. So don't sidetrack to talk about structure or performance. Note the distinction between retailers and manufacturers. You should discuss firms that are selling the final products to consumers. That's what retailers means. Okay, sometimes don't mix up with firms that sell intermediate goods to other firms. So these will be more manufacturers. Give good examples that are relevant to the Singapore context. I'll give you some examples later on. The key econ theory to use here is that oligopolistic firms are characterized by the behavior of pricing interdependence. So give examples in Singapore that you can link to issues like price rigidity, king demand, price leadership. If you want, you can also branch into price wars. For oligopoly, they focus more on non-price competition. Now, the recommended retailers to use in Singapore that everyone of you will be more familiar with will be telecommunication companies, since you should be aware of what Singtel, M1 and StarHub, what these firms are. And if you want to talk about price wars, you can also branch into Circus Life and TPG. So in 2010, right, candidates who did these questions are not aware of this, but with the benefit of hindsight, you can be aware that when Circus Life and TPG entered to the telecoms market, there was some price wars going on, especially in the SIM plan that doesn't give you a phone, subsidized phone. Now, for monopolistically competitive firms, right, we recommend students to use either hawker stores or online blog shop because it's very easy to justify why they have the characteristics of monopolistic competitive firms. But when you talk about the theory, right, you'll focus on pricing independence. So when they set price, right, they do not consider what their rivals will do. And of course, they also do non-price competition, but it will be less extensive than oligopoly. Now, what do you write for your conclusion? I agree. This question, when I first saw it, right, I think it's a bit hard to take a definitive step. Okay, Okay, so my advice is that ceteris paribus, remember your paper 2, right, whether it's a prelims or essays, you have a choice of essays. So if you want to give it an easier chance to score the 5 marks for evaluation, my advice is this: choose the essay that has an easier final stand to justify. So this essay I doesn't fall under this category. Okay, but for this essay, right, if you're forced to do it, and if you want to take a final stand, I feel that the easiest stand to justify is that oligopolistic market behavior, such as price rigidity, price leadership, are often observed even in those retailers that we usually classify under monopolistic competition. So you can see the answer key for the suggested way to justify this. But I have to agree, okay, I have to agree with you that under exam conditions, it may be hard to figure this out. Okay, because when we teachers write all these answers, we had the benefit of days and weeks of reflection. So under exam conditions, we may not even be able to come up with that. So my advice, again, go back to my second bullet point. Since you have a choice in essays or part 2, ceteris paribus, when all things held equal, choose essays that is an easier final stand to justify. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you.